were very proud that, as the water utility for Providenciales, to get the water back stable within 4 days meant that the most critical utility was back to normal. Unfortunately, we were visited by Hurricane Irma in September 2017. We had a very rough 24 hours initially. During the worst 4 hours of that storm, we saw winds in excess of 170 miles an hour in Providenciales, and some weather stations recorded gusts of over 200 miles an hour. Independent reports after the storm said that 90% of properties suffered some form of damage from the storm. We were so fortunate that there was not a single death in Turks and Caicos from Hurricane Irma. So we were grateful for that small mercy. Immediately following the storm, we reviewed our water storage levels, and to our horror, we saw that over 50% of our stored water had been lost. This wasn't due to damage to the water storage tanks. This was actually due to catastrophic flows at a number of properties that we served across the island. As they'd been damaged, we really then had to work out, well, how are we going to stabilize the system to be able to repressurize the whole network? We made the tough decision that we would need to basically cut off the water system for a period to allow us to just regroup and understand how we were going to methodically go about restoring the system. But also the secondary benefit for us was that it would give us some data through the AMI system to start to understand where the flow rates were across the island. It was a blessing that we had AMI in place, because what it enabled us to do was be very focused about where we put our resources to actually to switch off these damaged properties. And you can imagine, with the amount of damage, felled electrical poles, trees, property damage, you only really want staff to go where it makes sense to go. You didn't want them to have to do 100% review of the island, which would have taken weeks and weeks, and often in areas that would have been dangerous for them to do so. It enabled us to focus our staff, go into properties to make sure that we were switching off those catastrophic leaks and build the pressure back up. And it was amazing to think that within 4 days of being impacted by Irma, we'd managed to fully repressurize the system and have all of our customers back online.